Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks so much for joining me today. Today I am sharing a card using the mini release for the Not Too Shabby Shop. There are two mini stamp sets in this release called Winter Sentiments and Winter Friends. I will be using both of these stamp sets today. And don't forget, you can get 10% off of your order. Some restrictions do apply by using the code N2S10. I'm going to start out using these Catherine Pooler inks in Spruce, Eucalyptus, and Sage. And I'm going to be using the two tree stamps from the Winter Sentiments stamp set. And all I'm doing is alternating between those three Catherine Pooler inks, just kind of trying to keep the trees in the middle. Originally, I was going to make a shaker card out of this, and so I was trying to keep them all of the images kind of in one place where I could make a shaker window. But I ended up changing my mind on that, and I did not make a shaker card. And the other image that I'm using today is going to be from the other mini set, and it's called Winter Friends. And I am using the fox, and so I am taking a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I have stamped the fox up in some VersaFine black ink. And the greens that I'm using on the hat are a deep green, and then I use also a little bit of the mid green color. And then for the middle portion of the hat, I use, I believe it's Charisman. I don't recall what the red color in the zigs is. And then the scarf is also in the Charisman color. And this is the second image I colored up of the fox. I colored up an entire image, and I colored him in kind of some reds and browns, and then I decided that I thought he would look better against the green as a silver fox, and so I ended up using the grays on him. But I do go over the red twice just because that water, when I apply it to the original coat of red, really dilutes it and makes it look a little more pink. And to get that stronger red, I just went back in and colored that again. And the grays that I'm using for the fox are, I start out for my base coat using a blue gray, and then I go back in with the medium gray and the light gray. And when I'm going in with the base color, I take the marker and just go around the areas and apply color to the image where I think there are darker areas or shadows. And then when I take my wet brush, I pull that color out from that area towards the center, so it gives a nice highlight towards the center, and then that darker area around the edges or the darker or the shadows. And then just going back in and basically layering. With the zigs, I don't like to put the marker in wet color, and so I do wait for it to dry before I add another color. And once I'm done with the watercoloring, I really love taking my colored pencils and going back in and adding a few more little details just to kind of bring out or define some of the areas. And I'm using my Prismacolor colored pencils, and all I'm doing is just taking a little bit of the color. I am not pressing hard on the pencil. It's a very, very light kind of circular motion. And then I go ahead and fussy cut that image out. And I'm using my white acrylic Dina Wakley spray to add some splatter to the trees for snow. And then my white Posca paint pen to add some highlights to the fox. And then I add a little bit more color to that background using my Distress Oxide in Tumbled Glass. And so I just watered that down a little bit, and I'm taking my paintbrush and doing some more splatter. And then I created that square frame to frame out the trees, and I'm using that same green color for the card base. And so I just went ahead and I adhered that onto a white 3 1/4 by not 3 1/4, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 white card base. And then I'm going to take my liquid glue and adhere my panel. And I added that warm winter wishes sentiment using some VersaFine black ink. And then I'm going to take that green frame and apply some liquid glue and just frame those trees out. And then the fox, I will pop that up with some foam tape. I also added a few sequins, and that completes this card. Really quick and easy, which is how I like to make my cards. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it or find it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me, and I hope to catch you next time.